Hey there, good morning, good day, whatever it is, the time it is you're watching this here, listening to this video. We are continuing on integers some more. Integers, that was the last video I had up, or that was the last one we were working on, and we're going to go on to part two. Part two. Um, if you hadn't seen part one, I suggest you go watch it. It's pretty useful. There's all kinds of information in there, and we did some adding and subtracting and stuff and all kinds of fun things, and one of the main things we looked at was this here number line, and we had it labeled out so it was a 0, and this arrow went on this way forever to this concept called infinity, and we had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's about all. We'll stop there. And then on this side we went the other direction and negative, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. Not sure if I can fit a negative 6 in there, so we'll just work on it. And this one goes all the way down forever and ever and ever to this idea of negative infinity. And so we said we had something like, maybe 3 minus 5, and we would go here on the number line and start at 3, and we would go down 3, because minus is to making it smaller, and then down 2 more, and be at negative 2. Maybe we had like a negative 3 plus 5. Let's see what that does. Here we start at negative 3, and we're going plus, so we're going up, so we'll go up 3, then up another 2, and land right there on 2. And so that kind of makes sense. Now, after this gets going and you're confident like this, a lot of times your teacher will start bringing you problems like 5 plus a negative 2, or 3 minus negative 4, or even negative 1 plus negative 5. And this double sign can really kind of confuse people, and there's different ways of looking at it. Some will really focus on it being a negative, and we're adding a negative and doing something else. Some that are subtracting a negative and doing that. We're going to take a step aside and review some rules of multiplication, which kind of clear it up. This is how it worked for me, and it works flawlessly. It always works. And it goes like this. If you have a positive and you multiply it times a positive, you get a positive, or a plus. If you have a negative, multiply it times a negative. If we do sort of a go one way, turning one way and turning it back around, we end up kind of going the same way. It's sort of a weird concept, but it is a positive. Then a negative times a positive is a negative, or a positive times a negative is a negative. Now what I'm going to look at, see these two right here, the same, equals positive. These two right here, they're different. And that's going to give us a negative or a minus. And this works when they are sort of stacked together. So if you see, like, a lot of times multiplication is not written without a sign. So if I say plus negative, that's really kind of like multiplying these two together, and they're different, so that's a minus. If I say minus minus, those two are right next to each other, and that's a minus. And then other times there might be a parentheses like this, and we'll not worry about the number, and so that would be, those are different, so that is a minus. So if they're different, minus, same, plus. I made a mistake there, whoops. Different minus, same plus. Different minus, same plus. And this works whenever we have pairs like this. We will look further on down the road if we got more than two, and it works out pretty easy. And this will really help us out a lot when they kind of make things a little bit more complicated. So the signs are different. When they're right next to each other, it's a minus. If it's the same, they're a plus. So like say we got 5 plus a negative 2. See how these are different? We could really see that as 5 minus 2. And that one we should know anyway. 5 minus 2, boom, boom, be a 3. 3 minus a negative 4. These are the same. See how they're right next to each other? It's not this and this. It's when they're right next to each other. So that would be 3 plus 4, which is, last I checked, that's 7. Negative 1, that's negative 1, plus a negative. And see how they're next, even though we got the parentheses in the way, this is the one way they'll try and hide it. And they're next to each other, they're different, so it's a minus 5. And now we made it a lot simpler. It still follows the same rules as before. So negative 1, minus 5. So we go to the left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I should have put that negative 6 there. So negative 6. Negative 6. Let's try some more. So we got like negative 2 plus a negative 3. 4 minus a negative 5. 6 minus a positive 4. Negative 1 minus a negative 7. Put the parentheses there. So negative 2 plus negative 3. So we got negative 2. These right here, they're different, so make it a minus. 4 minus a negative 5. These are the same, so it's a positive. 6 minus a positive 4. They're different, so it's a minus. Negative 1 minus a negative. They're the same, so it's a plus. And here we are, back to what we were doing earlier. So negative 2 minus 3. We started at negative 2, and we're going to go 3 to the left, because we're getting smaller, right? 1, 2, 3, negative 5, boom. And if you want to think about it, this is the way your teachers try and sometimes want to. This is a negative 2, and we sort of combine it with a more negative number. So it's negative 5. It's a lot to put together. So I like to take it sort of one step at a time. So we said 4 plus 5. We should know that one. 6 minus 4. We should know that one. Negative 1 plus 7. Negative 1, and we're going to go plus. So we're going to go up 1, and then another 6 more, and there we go. Boom, right at 6. And keep working on them. And this works if there are 2 of them next to each other. The next one we'll look at is we're going to venture more into having more than 2 signs, and it's really not hard at all. It's a matter of odds and evens, and we can kind of go from there. And I hope this was fruitful and useful and engaging and fun, and you can have more fun thinking about numbers. Now we've got zeros and infinities and negative infinities and multiple types of positives and negatives. Good thing is what we learn now will be true later, and yeah, have fun and look forward to the next lesson.